Good morning, girls. So, in the last class, we have seen about Java and the basic structure of Java. So, Java and the the buzzwords of Java, that is the features of Java and the basic structure of Java we have seen. Okay. So, in basic structure, what did we say? Every Java class should have a class. Okay. Every Java program should have a class with the class name, and it should have a main statement, public static void main. So this is very important in every Java class. Okay. Now we are going to see, so in this class we are going to see how to create a Java program using classes and how to declare objects for those classes. So already we saw in OOPS concepts what is a class and what is an object. So object is a real-time entity. Okay, so object means it can be a student, bench, or a city, like it can be anything. Okay, so to create an object we need a class. So class is the blueprint of the object, and class is the user defined data type. So in class we can declare the number of variables we want and the functions, that is the method we need to use those variables. Okay, so class is a user defined data type. So introduction, Java is a true object-oriented language, and therefore the underlying structure of all Java program is classes. So every Java program should have a class. Anything we wish to represent in Java must be encapsulated in the class that defines the state and behavior of the basic program components known as objects. Okay. So in every Java program we need to create objects. So classes create objects and objects use methods to communicate between them. Okay. So class is a data type. Suppose we are declaring variables for int. Integer is a data type. For integer we are declaring variable a comma b. Okay. A and b are the variables of data type integer. So likewise for every class we will declare a variable. Okay. So those variables are the objects to the class. So they provide, these objects will communicate with each other. They provide a convenient method for packaging a group of logically related data items and function that work on them. Okay. So a class essentially serves as a template. So template for an object and behaves like a basic data type int. It is therefore important to understand how the fields and methods are defined in the class and how they are used to build a Java program that incorporates the basic concepts of OOPS such as encapsulations, inheritance, and polymorphism. Okay, so now we are going to see how to define a class. Okay, how to define a class. So class is a collection of fields, that is data, and methods, that is procedure or functions. So field can be called as a data member. Okay, so a class means it has a collection of fields and methods. Okay, so example, they have given a class. So circle is the name of the class. Center and radius are the fields, that is the variables or data declared for the class. Circumference and area are the methods, that is procedure or function. Circle is the class name. Center and radius are the fields. Circumference and area are the methods. Okay. A class is a collection of fields and methods that operates on the data. Okay. Class is a collection of fields and methods that operates on the data. So the method we declare in the class uses only the fields that we have declared inside a class. Okay. So the methods cannot use any other variables. It has to use only the variables that we have declared in a class. Okay, and we have give the basic syntax for the class definition. Okay, so every class should begin with the keyword class and the class name. So class name is the user defined name. So as we are giving names for the variables, we can also give names for the class. And the extends superclass name. If the classes inherits the properties of the previously declared class, then we use the word in extends. So extends is the keyword used for inheritance. If our class does not inherit any character, any variables from the other class. Okay, inherit means, so in inheritance we have seen every inheritance will have a super class and the derived class. Okay, so if we are inheriting any variables from the super class, then we have to use the word extends. Otherwise we just define class name. Okay, and open curly brace, within open curly brace and close curly brace you have to declare fields and the methods. Okay, fields and methods are declared within the curly braces. Okay, so now we are going to see the examples of a class. Okay, so class, an empty class. Public class circle is an empty class. It does not have any variables or methods, only class name is there. So it's a bare bone class, means no fields and no methods. Public class circle, and thus it does not have any variables and methods. Now we are going to add some fields to the class. So public class circle. Okay, so public is a access specifier, whether it is a public class or private class. If we are declaring it as a public class, then that class can be inherited in any other classes. So it is always safe to declare a class public. Suppose if you want to keep the class private for you, so you don't give the key. You can either give the keyword private class circle or don't give. If you don't give any keyword, then it will be understood as it is a private class. So now we are adding fields to the class. So public class circle, in that we are adding variables public double x comma y, public double r. Okay, two variables we are, that is two data, that is two fields we are adding. So the fields are also called instance variable. Okay, so we call these data fields as instance variable. Okay, so first we have declared an empty class. Now we have added some more variables, that is fields, to the class. Now we are going to add the methods. Okay, a class with only data fields has no life. If we have any, so in the previous class what did we do? We are declaring variables. Okay, so in what is the use of declaring variables? We have to use those variables in any one of the methods or procedures. Then only those variable has some meaning. Okay, a class with only data fields has no life. Objects created by such a class cannot be respond to any messages. Okay, so methods are declared inside the body of the class, but immediately after the declaration of the data field. So after declaring the data, then you have to mention you have to define the methods. The general form of the method declaration is type, method name. So the argument list, that is called parameter list, then body of the methods. So type means, so suppose if the particular method is returning any value, after processing the method, if the function returns any value, the data type of the value should be mentioned there. If the function returns integer data type, then type must be int. Okay, if it is if it is giving a double data type, then the double, then you should give a method name. So return type of the method. So adding methods to a class circle. So public class circle, it is a class name. Okay, again we have declared two variables, public double x comma y, public double r. Okay, so now we are adding methods. So two methods already we have declared, public double circumference. So open curly brace, close curly brace, you have to give the statement. Okay, here we have only return statement. So return statement is going to return a value of type double. So here we have given the data type double circumference. So before that, it is a public is an access specifier and double is the type, that is return type. So return 2 into 3.14 into r will return a floating point or double value. So we have given the type as double. So circumference, the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So that is the formula it is given here. Then public double area. So area of a circle is pi r square. So 3 pi means 3.14 r into r. So it is also going to return a double value. So the type is given here as a double. Do you understand? So public is an access specifier, it's a public method, and double is the type of the data it is returning, and circumference is the name of the method. Same thing, public is the access specifier, double is the return type, and area is the name of the method. Okay, so data abstraction. Declare a class circle have created a new data type, that is data abstraction. We declare a class. but we will not expose the class to the others. So we will declare a class and we will only create the objects that only we will use it in the main program. So by declaring a class, we are exposing only a objects to the outer world. So because through this we are giving only it is called abstraction. Abstraction means giving data security. So we are not exposed to the detailed portion of the class. We will only use the class name to declare variables. Okay, so this concept is called data abstraction. So we can define variables of that type. So here circle is the name of the class. So those who are using the class name may not know the detailed portion of the class. So circle, A circle is the variable declared for circle. Next one, circle, B circle. So here we have declared two objects. A circle and B circle are the objects of the class circle. So circle is the name of the class. What is circle? Circle is the name of the class. A circle and B circle are the objects of the class circle. Okay. So we can either declare the variables in the same sentence. Circle, A circle, comma, B circle, then end with the semicolon. Okay. So every statement in a Java program should end with a semicolon. Okay. So here we have defined variables for the class circle. So through this we are implementing the data abstraction of the OOPS concepts. Okay. So A circle, B circles are declared. So here we have only declared the variables, but that variable should points to something. Okay, but it is not pointing out anything here. So A circle and B circle points to null value. Okay, so A circle and B circle refers to a circle object, not an object itself. So it is a name of an object, but it does not points to any object. Okay, now what A circle and B circle, what are these? So it is a object declared for the class A. In that case, what we are doing, suppose int a comma b, we are declaring, no, int a comma b means a is an integer variable, b is also integer variable. Likewise, circle A circle, circle B circle means A circle is a class, B circle is also a class. So if a circle has three variables and two methods, A circle and B circle, every object should also have a three variables and two methods. So for that we need to make the objects to point to that class. Okay, so to make the objects to point to the class, okay, we have to use the keyword new. Okay, so objects are created dynamically using a keyword new. So new is the keyword that makes the objects to points to the actual class. Okay, A circle, B circle refers to circle objects. Okay, so A circle equal to new circle. Okay, new circle. Here only we will use the empty brackets. So when you are declaring class, we will not use any empty brackets. Now you see here, I will show the class once again. So public class circle it is there, but it is not given any empty brackets. Only the curly brace is there. But here you see, when you are using a keyword new, A circle equal to new circle, B circle equal to new circle. That means A circle is a object which points to a class circle. Okay, so there will be a memory locations allocated for A circle. Okay, that memory locations will have three variable space and two method space. Space for three variables and space for two methods. Same thing, B circle also will have a memory allocation. In that there will be three variable space and and space for two methods. Okay, so here the objects are made to points to the class using the keyword new. Okay, now you see A circle equal to new circle, B circle equal to new circle. Okay, so now here we are making the objects to point to a class. Okay, so now B circle equal to A circle means one class can be copied or assigned to another class. Okay. So for that both the class should have the same type. That means both should be the objects of the same class. Okay. So then only you can assign them directly. Okay. So creating objects of the class, again they are telling A circle equal to new circle, B circle equal to new circle, B circle equal to A circle. So before assignment, so A circle points to some class P, B circle points to some class Q. So now you are assigning B circle to A circle. Now B circle also made to points to A circle. Okay. So before assignment, you see each of the class points to two different objects, two different classes. Now since it is copied A circle, B circle, in B circle, A circle is copied. Okay. So B circle also points to the same class P. Now Q is not pointed by any object. Okay, so in Java there is a concept called garbage collection, automatic garbage collection. So when we are not using any methods or variables, that may be automatically released from the memory. Okay, the memory will be freed from the unwanted variables and methods. Here Q is not pointed by any objects. So the automatic garbage collection will remove the particular class. So Java automatically collects garbage periodically and releases the memory used to be used in the future. So it can be used in the future. Okay, so now you know how to declare a class and how to create an object for the class and how to make the objects to point to the particular class using the keyword new. Now suppose A circle, B circle are the two objects you have created now. Now you have to you want to access the variables in the class through the object variable. So I told you circle is a data type, and now we are creating variables for the data type circle. Okay, now you have created two variables, A circle and B circle. So A circle will have three variables and two methods, and B circle also will have three variables and two methods. How to access those variables and methods? That is called accessing object, that is circle data. Okay, so for that they have given the syntax object name dot variable name. Okay, so object name dot method name. Suppose first object name A circle. So A circle dot, so there are three variables in the class. Okay, there are three variables in the class now. What are the variables? It is declared in the class. You see now. Okay, there are three variables, double x comma y and double r, and two methods, double circumference and double area. You remember three variables and two methods. Now we are going to access those variables and methods. Okay, now you see we are going to access the objects. So object name dot variable. So object name, suppose A circle, B circle, that is the object name. So object name dot, so the variable names are x, y and r. So object name, A circle dot x, A circle dot y, A circle dot r. Same thing, B circle dot x, B circle dot y, B circle dot r. So now object name dot method name with the parameter list, that is A circle dot circumference. Okay, B circle dot circumference. Same thing, A circle dot area, B circle dot area. Okay, so here they have given an example how to access the data A circle dot x, A circle dot y. So they are assigning values for those variables. So how to use the methods? Area equal to A circle dot area. Okay. So now we are going to write the full program. Class my main. So the class is created separately. So we have seen earlier. So class circle is there, public class circle is there, and the public class circle will have three variables and two methods. So the class has to be created before the main class. So main class is the actual Java program from where the compiler starts its execution. Okay. So now we are going to write our main class. So class my main. So every main class should have the statement public static void main string args. Okay, so this is the main class. So before this you have to create the class, that is circle, that we have already created. Okay, so in that we are in public class only, in a main class only we will create the object for the class that we have created earlier. So circle is the class we have created earlier, and it is a user defined data type. Every class is a user defined data type. So we are creating variable circle, A circle. So creating reference. So A circle equal to new circle. Okay, we make the object to points to the data type class. Now A circle dot x equal to 10. A circle dot y equal to 20. A circle dot r equal to 5. So we have assigned values for those fields in the class through the objects. Okay, so double, next we are going to access the methods in the class. Double area. Okay, so area is the variable name that we have declared in the program. So area is the variable name. So double area. So in C you have to declare all the variables before you could start the program. Okay, whereas in Java you can declare variables anywhere, even in between the program. So we have not declared the variable area here. So the method name is area, that is inside the class. Okay, so method name is public double area. So here area is the variable name, it is not the method. So in the variable name we are going to assign the value that is returned by the method. Okay, so double area equal to a circle dot area. So this a circle dot area is the method that is inside the class. So what is the area of the method? Pi r square. Okay, so we have assigned the values for r. So area of the circle will be calculated and the value will be stored in the variable area. Okay, so next double circumference, a circle dot circumference. So circumference formula is 2 pi r. Okay, so the value will be calculated and stored in the variable circumf. So they have given in short, area and circumf are the variables of type double area, double circumference. So if you want, you can declare these variables before the program. Circle, a circle you have declared, no, after that double area, double circumference. As we are declaring variables in C, into a comma b, double a comma b கொடுப்போம் இல்லையா? So அதே மாதிரி double area, double circumf, f, they are stopping it with the f, two variable names. You can either declare it in the beginning of the program or in between the program. Both are correct only. So both the methods are called and the values are assigned in two variables. Now you have to print the values. So to print the values, we have to use the statement system.out.println. For that only system, in system, S should be in capital letters. OP, everything should be in small case. So last week when you returned the program, most of you made a mistake. Only S should be in capital letters. Everything other things should be in small case. Okay. So system.out.println, open bracket, open quotes, radius equal to, okay, close quotes, plus is the concatenation operator. Okay, in C we will write open quotes, radius equal to, close quotes, comma we will write. Comma is the concatenation. Here plus is the concatenation. Plus circle dot r. Okay, so r value here is 5. Plus area equal to the calculated value. So here the function call is there, invoking method. So the function will calculate, the method will calculate the value and it will be stored here. If the values are 5, then 3.14 into 5 into 5 will be calculated and the value will be printed here. Same thing, radius equal to plus circle and circumference equal to circumference. The method is called. Okay, so the output will be printed as follows. You understand? So this is the main class. Before this you have to declare the class circle. Then after that only you have to write this main class. Okay, do you understand? The class has to be created earlier and the objects of the class should be created inside the main class, and main class should have public static void main and it also should have a class my main. Okay, and this program has to be saved in the name my main. Okay, so main class ku enna name கொடுத்திருக்கோமோ, main class na எது, public static void main statement எங்க இருக்கோ அதுதான் main class. ஸோ அதுக்கு முன்னாடி கிளாஸ்ன்னு போட்டு ஒரு கிளாஸ் நேம் கொடுப்போம். இங்கே கிளாஸ் நேம் வந்து மை மெயின். இந்த கிளாஸ் நேமில் தான் என்ன பண்ணணும், இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை சேவ் பண்ணி எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ ஐ வில் டெல் யூ இன் த நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் ஹவு டு எக்ஸிக்யூட் அண்ட் see your value. Okay, now do you understand this program? Okay, so go through the video and write down the program and the notes. Okay, so I'll ask you to write a program, short program, by giving you the questions in the evening. Okay.